Hi everyone, it's Cindy and I have been working all day on this video. This is like the third time I've made it for different reasons. I've scratched the other ones. So I have plenty of samples to show you of what I'm doing. But I just, I've been watching videos lately and people have been doing like ideas to cover white pages in the journal. And I thought, one idea I think would be cool is to make large pockets out of wallpaper. And here's all my samples. And yes, they curl because they're on a roll of wallpaper. So, but I've got them in a filing cabinet, which is going to, a filing folder, which is going in a filing cabinet, which is pretty tight. So I think it'll squish them down a little bit. But they're definitely probably going to keep rolling until I glue it on the paper. So the idea is you take the big, large pocket and you cover up most of the white page. And then, you can make these. I did them 5x7. And some of them were kind of different shaped because I don't tear the straightest. But the idea is to, this one would actually go on this side of the paper. You can make a large pocket to put some more writing material in there, or you can put a tall pocket and put a really tall journaling card or some tag or something. And then what's nice about this particular roll of wallpaper is it's really neutral cream colored, and you can just write all over the pocket if you want. So anyway, these are the ones I've been cutting up, and somewhere in here I have some examples of ones I have decorated, just so you can see that you can see all the different kinds of wallpaper I have. The blue, and then I have a floral, and some of these may not even need more decorating. That may just be enough. And I didn't do the little divot out of some of them, with just cutting them and then putting them in the folder. So, yeah, so they're not the easiest to show because they want to roll up. But anyway, just whatever wallpaper you have, and I have quite a bit, so I was just grabbing some out to see what would happen. And then sometimes I have a little piece left over, so I just kept it in here because it could still be a pocket of some sort. And there's another piece, a couple more scraps. Of course, they can also be used as, scraps in collage or something. But here's this one. I kind of like this one too. I haven't found the ones that decorated yet. So once again, you could write on the wallpaper. But anyway, it kind of decorates up the page a little. I hope I'm going to have my page way off. And you've got plenty of room to decorate, add lace or whatever. And somewhere in here, oh, here we go. I have two that are decorated. I'm thinking too, I put a little collage down here at the bottom. You could put a couple of little pockets on here as well as the big side pocket. And I had another collage somewhere. Okay, right here. So just whatever you want, however you want to decorate them. So anyway, let me show you how I did it. And it's not difficult. It's just cutting, or actually using a tear ruler, because I don't have a cutter big enough. Put this beside me here. Big enough to put this on there. So I could cut it in strips or tear it in strips and then take it to my guillotine cutter, which I did do some of those. So what I did was I went with an 7-inch strip, but I think I'm going to do 8 this next time, just to do a little variety, since I've got plenty of 5x7s. And oops, and I clang and bang a little bit, so you have to forgive me. All right, we're doing 8. So I'm just taking my pencil and I'm just marking this. And, it's only as straight or as even as this side is even. So if you do 8 by, say, 5, then you got some room to straighten things up a little bit when you go to put it on your page. So I have a tear ruler over here, but this one works just as well. This big, long metal. It's a really nice metal ruler I got somewhere. So, and wallpaper tears pretty good. It's just like any other paper, though. You can mess up and end up tearing it in places you don't mean to tear it. But I just find this a little easier than going to the guillotine, because the guillotine's, you're going to have to cut it in batches, and that doesn't really work. Okay, most wallpaper, I'm assuming the pattern goes with the roll. So, the pattern is going this way as you unroll it, because you need that long strip on your wall. So that would definitely be something to check into before you start cutting it, is which, if my pattern's going a different way, I might have to do different dimensions. I don't know if that made any sense or not, but just kind of be careful of your pattern. Now, mine is going up and down just fine, so I'm good. Now I'm going to do 5-inch. Oops, there, I'm playing again. 5-inch. And, you know, this is, it doesn't have, I mean, it's, you can be as precise as you want and take as much time as you want doing this, of course. I'm just kind of tearing some up. And there I have something to cover my blank page with. Here we go. And on this one, I made a little taller, so it comes closer to fitting the whole page. So obviously, depending on what size page you want, is how you would cut your paper, but I think it makes a great pocket. I'll cut the divot out there. Let's go ahead and do that. Trying to get it as even and centered as possible. And, oh, it's loud, sorry. And then if I decide later I want to use this particular one on like a smaller page, then I'll just trim a little off here, trim a little off here, and it still keeps my divot fairly centered if I had it centered to start with. So anyway, that's our goal, is to keep doing that. So, and dealing with the rolled up paper is the hardest part of this whole thing. And it does take a little time. I'm not a whole lot for measuring, so I could have made a little template that was 5x7 or 8x7 and just laid it down here, and that would have been faster than maybe using the ruler, but I don't know if it would have been or not. You still are going to have to mark the paper and tear it. So anyway, just wanted to show you this little idea of using up some of the wallpaper that maybe you have in your stash. And what I usually do is I look at them and see, this one to me has got a cute little butterfly, so I want to put my divot on this side. And I keep banging things around. It seems to me like most of my white pages are on this side. So here's my signature. They're on this side of the book. So having that cut out on that side is not a bad thing. That's probably too big, but we can trim it later whenever we actually get it to the book. So anyway, while I'm finishing up cutting these divots, I wanted to talk to you really quickly about 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I was at my parents' house for about a week, not quite, about 5-6 days, and combining a trip for my get shots of my niece to my mother's birthday. We had a family dinner, that sort of thing. So I was there quite a bit, but just happened to get there the day. I mean, I'm just barely there and saying to my mother, oh, I'm tired. Then my daughter calls and says, oh, my car's not accelerating. I'm just inching my way through Tulsa. So anyway, long story short, she ended up taking it to the dealership, and of course she got there like 10 minutes before they closed, so she had to leave her car. So I said, okay, I'm here in town, I'll pick you up and take you to work tomorrow morning. She said, well, you got to be here at 6. I'm like, okay, I can do that. So anyway, my day started at 5 because I had to leave my parents and drive there, and then I got my knee shots, so shots of my knees, and that didn't go so great. I got a great lady that does the shots though. But anyway, and then went to the dealership, talked to them about her car, and then met my sister for lunch and did a lot of shopping in between. And then I'm making this story a lot longer than it needs to be. But anyway, picked up my daughter at her school. Then we drove and picked up her car. And then, of course, we had to go get something to eat because that's just what we do. And then we're driving back. We get back to her apartment. I get ready to drop her off. Not even going to go inside. I'm heading back to Grandma's. And then she said, where's my phone? I said, I'll call it. Well, it was at the restaurant where we ate supper. So we had to drive back to the restaurant, get the phone, bring her back to her apartment. So anyway, time I got back to my parents, I was pretty exhausted. And I just sat on the couch, grabbed my phone, and then that's when I noticed found the notice that said you have 1,000 subscribers. So that, is a great ending to a day that, it was a good day. It was just a long, tiring day. So anyway, I've been thinking about this giveaway for a while, and I forgot to bring the thing over here. Let me go grab it. So I knew that one of the things I wanted to give away was a jar of buttons. I have seen people, I'm messing with my folder back here. There we go. Okay, we get it back up here. I have seen people using buttons on YouTube, of course, and they have a little ball of buttons they're looking through, and I'm like, is that all the buttons you have? And I'm just like, I'm just so lucky because well, first of all, I've been collecting buttons since I was in junior high. It was just a thing there for a while. So I have a jar taller than this full. I have a Crisco can. We call them cans, but they're plastic, you know, full of buttons. I have a couple of jars about this size full of buttons. So I thought, I feel sorry for people that don't have buttons. So I find them quite a bit. So I knew I wanted to put it in one of the jars like this. That's got the little, I don't know what these are called, hinge jars thing. So anyway, I found this one at Goodwill and it worked well. And so then I went looking for buttons and it didn't take me long to find a couple of collections. So this is the first giveaway and it's kind of a little hidden, quiet giveaway because I'm doing it at the end of this video. So anyway, this is just for people that stick around and watch the whole thing. So if you're interested in the jar of buttons, in this video's comments, just write the word buttons somehow in there. And then this is on a Monday, the 16th, and I'll just give it a week. And next Monday, which I didn't look up the date, so whatever next Monday is, I've already put it in my phone. It's the 23rd, I think. Oh, I think that's what it was. I've already put it in my phone to remind me, hey, today's the giveaway. So, oops, I'm losing my glasses. I'm going to give away this jar of buttons, and it's going to be interesting to see how much it costs to ship this because it weighs several pounds. But anyway, so if you want it, if you would like it, just write the word buttons in the comments, and then Monday we'll do the comment picker and we'll see. We only have 1 or 2 people that get this far in the video, and that's just the way it is. So that's fine. So the next couple of giveaways, I'll probably make it more, put it in the title. Say, hey, we're going to give away that sort of thing. But for the buttons, I thought, yeah, we'll just make it for the people that stick with me this long. And if I keep yakking, you're going to say, oh my gosh, hurry up. So anyway, thanks for watching the video, and thanks for supporting my channel and being a subscriber. And I guess I should have said that. You have to be a subscriber in order to win. But anyway, I will see you guys before next Monday, hopefully. Bye.